But we're going to move on. It's a fucking Marvel themed show tonight. It's just wall to wall Marvel until the last two topics, which go off in a completely different direction. Miss Marvel set photos have been revealed here, and there's a lots of different topics interconnecting into Miss Marvel in general. The Marvel's been the one that I've headlined with as the actual topic. Not headline, but what I'm going to speak about primarily. They're saying it makes the Disney series plus series absolutely essential. Now, I touched upon this the other day when the actual... It was yesterday, I think, if I'm not losing the fucking plot, when the actual thing dropped, the trailer, Welcome Back to the Movies, it outlined Phase 4, and it gave us some footage and stuff like that. I spoke about the Marvels, and how they were taking an almighty risk in the way they were presenting this movie. They weren't showcasing it as a Captain Marvel movie, it was the Marvels. So we're going to have Monica Rambeau, we're going to have Miss Marvel, we're going to have Captain Marvel. And what I said was they're taking a fucking risk, because if Miss Marvel flops on Disney Plus, no one gives a shit about the character. It's just poorly written, and I'm not saying it will be, I'm hoping it's very, very good. But if it does, then it's going to have a direct impact on this movie. So they're taking a gamble that this is widely accepted, that people love it, that the character becomes, enjoyed by thousands if not millions of people, and then that can transition into a very successful movie in the Marvels. I don't know if that's going to happen, but I tell you what, I'm pleased that it is going to be the case that they are putting their faith in these TV shows, because I hated the shit that was coming out after WandaVision, where in a sense they says, well, they have to cater to the casual fans. They can't change too many things in this TV show and make it compulsory watching, because they have to cater to the casual fans. Well, I says to that, fuck the casual fans. This universe should be for the hardcore fans who want to go and watch every single project, be it a TV show, animated, live action, movies. They changed things creatively in that TV show to cater for the casual fans, so they could go in and watch Multiverse of Madness straight from an Endgame, and it wouldn't divert too much. They wouldn't have to use their brains and fill in the gaps. With this, they are fucking resting upon this and making this compulsory viewing for your enjoyment of... Well, it won't be, man. It won't be. They'll do it. Kevin Feige, he'll be smart in the way he does it. He'll make the character pop in the movie, and he'll do just enough to introduce it in the movie as well, if you've not seen the TV show. But I hope he doesn't. That's what I'm saying. I want to see them making the TV shows completely necessary viewing, because he came out and says that, Feige. He says, if you want to keep up with all of the inner machinations of this universe, then you have to watch the TV shows. So I hope he fucking does that, because he's went back in his word. But needless to say, we've got this article as well. There's been set photos revealed of the Miss Marvel actress, Amin Vellani. She's in costume, and I'm conflicted, man. I don't know if I like that costume. I don't know about that costume. I'm going to bring it up. We'll get a close up here. Yeah, I don't know about that costume, man. I've got to be honest. It looks like a sort of shinier version of Captain Marvel's costume. It doesn't look good, does it? And I understand it'll be comic book accurate. I could search up the comics just now and it'll probably be exact in its recreation. But yeah... it's not a great costume, I don't think. And look, I can get over it, man. I can get over it. The costume doesn't have to make or break a TV show. The actress may be absolutely brilliant. It looks a little bit better there. She got a cape. I don't know if this is a cape she's got going on here. She's got the Converse on, which you can't see on that because it's cut off, because I keep fucking insisting on putting it in a little box. Yeah, I don't know what to make about this costume, but look, the actress looks good in it, I suppose. She's well up for it. And if it's comic book accurate, then there's not a lot you can do, really. You're shoehorned into a corner, if that even makes sense. It doesn't. We've seen it with Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I had my gripes with the new Captain America outfit. I had my gripes with the sort of head thing, where it was goggles going round. I didn't really like that, but it was comic book accurate, and they were backed into a corner. They had to recreate it. Well, they didn't, but they kind of did. You have to pay homage to the comics. That's where it was lived and breathed for many, many years. Needless to say, man, look, this is an inspirational figure, potentially. This is a pioneering character. She's the first Muslim Pakistani superhero in the MCU. It's Kamala Khan is the character's name. And yeah, look, man, this is going to be great for representation once again for minority communities. Look what Black Panther did. Look, I don't even know if that was English. It came out weird there in my head. Look what Black Panther did. I was right. It did. It made sense. But in my head, it didn't for a moment. Look what that did for the black community. It was a zeitgeist movie all over the world, not just for blacks, but for me as well. I fucking loved it as well. So it was a zeitgeist movement, though, for that minority voice. It showed them that, look, you can make it if you put your heart and soul into it. You're talented enough. It needn't be that you can't get to the very top of the game. Look at Michael B. Jordan. Look at Chadwick Boseman. Look at Daniel Kaluuya, Oscar winner. This could do the exact same for Muslim Pakistani people coming up in the world and hope to be an actor someday. This could be a bridge for them. It could show them that, look, I can absolutely do it. I can be a superhero. And then we've got this fucking shit here. Moving on. Look, I'm going to put it out there. I'm not particularly looking forward to Captain Marvel 2. I didn't mind the first one. It was an okay movie. But there was a fucking cat in it that was powerful, and it took me out the movie, man. And the way that they explained Nick Fury having his scar by showing the cat giving him it, I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? It was terrible. And look, yeah, there was elements of it I didn't like. The whole Skrull Kree thing. I'm still not on board with this invasion thing. I'm hoping this TV show with Nick Fury in it will sell me on it. And I like Ben Mendelsohn. I think he's great. I loved him as director Krennic in Rogue One. I loved him in that fucking Robin Hood movie. I'm pretty sure he was in it as the Sheriff of Nottingham, and that was a shite movie. So that speaks volumes for my love of Ben Mendelsohn. But not even he can get me turned on for this shit. So when you go through this, and it's an article of all we know about this movie, and it's a cool logo. It is a cool logo in their defence. When you go through it and they start bringing up the Skrull stuff, I immediately start rolling my eyes, and I'm like, what the fuck are they doing this for? Why are they insisting on this shite? These shapeshifters, it is rubbish. I don't like it. I'm needing to be infused by this. I need them to do something special with it. And they didn't do it in the first movie. I'll tell you what does excite me though. Tiona Paris, Amin Vellani, and Joelle Ashton, whoever the fuck she is, coming in with Brie Larson. I'm excited for Monica Rambeau. I thought Tiona Paris was fantastic in WandaVision. She was an excellent third spoke in the wheel, if that's even the word. I'm not a bike man, but I'm going to get a bike. I think it spoke. She was an excellent addition to that cast. She was perfectly casted as Monica Rambeau. I can't recall the actual superhero she's playing. It's something like Pulsar or something like that. I actually can't remember the actual name of the character. But I'm excited to see her popping in. This will make it watchable. I says this last night as well. They have to make this movie more watchable because a lot of people dislike Brie Larson. I think she's a great actor, of course, an Oscar winner in her own right, and there's not many Oscar winners in that MCU. But as a person, she can be divisive, and it's going to turn a lot of people off of watching the movie. So how do they circumvent that issue? They bring in Tiona Paris, they bring in Miss Marvel, Iman Vellani, and hope that they hit off and make it watchable if some people don't like Brie Larson. So that is something that's interesting. They're combining all of this. They're leaning on this TV show. It can make and break it. I think it will probably make it, though. I don't think Marvel will make many bad stuff, to be honest with you. I think they've got their finger on the pulse. You can count in maybe 2 fingers the amount of bad stuff that Kevin Feige's produced and put out there to the universe. It will be directed by Nia DaCosta. She has had the seal of approval by Jordan Peele. She's directing the Candyman remake. If she has the seal of approval from the great Jordan Peele, that's enough for me. So the fact she's directing it is another boon for this movie. I actually spoke about that at the time. It does have something going for it. And you see here it's been written by one of the WandaVision writers. Not the one, but one of them. And I just spoke and waxed lyrical about WandaVision. I thought it was a great TV show. I loved every moment of it. I was completely switched on to it. And I got up as early as hell to watch the finale. So if she had a part to play in that, she's actively worked with Tiona Paris. She's worked with Monica Rambeau, the character. That's a nice bit of continuity moving into this movie. So that's another thing going for it. I don't really care about when it's scheduled to start principal photography. There's bigger fish coming on the horizon just now, and it ain't Captain Marvel 2 or the Marvels. They're going to say that it will continue an origin story. That is good. I spoke about that though. Monica Rambeau coming in. That is a boon for it. She's an interesting character. And yes, it will set up. It will set this up. I spoke about that. I don't really care about this. This was the bit I was talking about that I didn't really give 2 fucks about. The whole Skrulls Nick Fury thing. Look, I almost feel sorry for Nick Fury. He's getting connected to this. I pity him, because he deserves so much more than to be shunted over with these Skrull characters. I've got not much interest in this. I think this is a bit shit. They're saying that she won't be back, and that's absolutely fine. She's got the Bond stuff to do, hasn't she? She could potentially play Bond after. Well, not Bond. She's not fucking James Bond, but she could maybe do something, continue the 007 mantra. So she's got bigger fish to fry as well. Needless to say, man, I've spoke at length. I've probably spoke longer about this than I have about the actual headline. I'm intrigued by the Marvels, but they've got some convincing to do for me to get switched on with this whole Skrull pish. I'm intrigued to see Miss Marvel and see how it's going to blend in. I just like to see them connecting all these different projects. It's what Star Wars should have been doing as soon as Disney took over, but sadly have dropped the ball with. Nice to see another studio, well, the same studio doing it fucking right. But I'm going to move on.